Hello viewers, welcome to May-June 2013 WAEC, also known as WASI, past questions and detailed solution, general mathematics, mathematics core paper 1, objective test questions 1 to 50, solution to 50 questions in one video. Question 1, multiply 2.7 times 10 power minus 4 by 6.3 times 10 to the power of 6 and leave your answer in standard form. Solution. This is a given problem. Let's take the two numbers together and base 10 together. If you multiply 2.7 by 6.3, you have 17.01. By multiplication law of indices, when numbers with the same basis are multiplied, their powers are added. So minus 4 plus 6 is plus 2. In standard form, decimal point is always between the first two non-zero number, that is between 1 and 7. You have it in this form. To have this result, the point is moved backward once. Anytime you are moving the point, you always multiply by 10. So the power of 10 depends on how many times you moved. When you move backward, the power is positive. If you move forward, the power is negative. Here, we moved once and backward, the power is plus 1. So you have 1.701. By the same law of indices, if you add the powers, you have times 10 to the power of 3. C is the correct option. Question 2. If 9 to the power of 2 minus s is equal to 3, find s. Solution. We have two bases, 9 and 3, and the simplest base is 3. You express 9 in base 3 as 3 squared times the existing power equal to 3. The way this 3 is standing, the power is 1. If you equate the bases, you have this remaining, and that is 4 minus 2s. If you expand the bracket, equal to 1. Correct like terms, you have 4 minus 1 equal to 2s. That is 3 equal to 2s. Divide through by 2. S is equal to 3 over 2. B is the correct option. Question 3. In what base number is the addition 465 plus 24 plus 225 equal to 1050? That is very simple. Just add the first digit from right. That is the digit in the unit position. You have 5 plus 4 plus 5 equal to 14. Now, let's look at this remainder of 0 here. For you to have remainder 0, it means 14 was divided by 7. If you divide 14 by 7, you have 2 remainder 0. You put down remainder 0 and you take the 2 forward. You get the last, you get the result using the last digit. So D is the correct option. Question 4. Simplify this. You have fraction in the numerator and denominator. So let's resolve it accordingly. In the numerator, let's convert the mixed fractions to improper fraction. You do the same thing in the denominator. So if you convert this one whole number 7/8 to an improper fraction, you have this, and the second one is this. If you convert this, 4 times 6 24 plus 3 27/4. At the same time, we change division sign to multiplication, and you invert this fraction from 3/4 to 4/3. Next thing is to reduce. If you reduce 15 and 5 by 5, you have 3, you have 1. Now you can divide 12 and 8 by 4, you have 2 and you have 3. Here 4 we cancel 4, divide 27 by 3, you have 9. You see that? If you simplify the numerator, 3 times 3 is 9/2. Let's change division line to division sign, and the denominator is 9/1. You change this sign again to times, and you invert this fraction to 1/9. And when 9 cancel 9, you have 1/2. D is the correct option. Question 5. U sub n is equal to n bracket open n square plus 1. Evaluate u sub 5 minus u sub 4. Solution. This is the nth term of that sequence. So when n is 5, you have u sub 5. You simply replace n with 5 in the nth term. You have it in this result. That is 5 bracket open, 25 plus 1 bracket close, and you have 5 times 26 equal to 130. U sub 4 means n is equal to 4. You replace n with 4 in the nth term of the sequence, and you have it in this form. That is 4 bracket open, 16 plus 1 bracket close, and you have 4 times 17 equal to 68. So what you are asked to evaluate is simply 130 minus 168 minus 68. 130 minus 68, and that is 62. C is the correct option. Question 6. If root 50 minus k root 8 is equal to 2/√2, find k. Here we are going to do two things at the same time. We are going to express the given root in their basic form, that is the left hand side, and rationalize the right hand side. In basic form, you look for a factor of the given number that is a perfect square. So 50 becomes root 25 times 2 minus k root 4 times 2. To rationalize this, you simply use root 2 to multiply both numerator and denominator. So this simplifies to 5 root 2, then minus 2k root 2. 2 times root 2 is 2 root 2. Root 2 times root 2 is root 4, and that is 2. Now 2 can cancel 2. You have this result. Meanwhile, you can factor out root 2 from the left hand side because root 2 is common. Now, if you divide through by root 2, you are left with 1 in the right hand side. So you have 5 minus 2k equal to 1. That is 5 minus 1 equal to 2k, and you have 4 equal to 2k. Divide both sides by 2, k is equal to 2. D is the correct option. Question 7. It says boy gave a change of 68 naira instead of 72 naira. So this is the actual change. So he gave the first one wrongly. Calculate the percentage error. Solution. The error is obtained using this formula. Now the error itself is 72 minus 68 over the exact change 72 times 100%. If you subtract, you have this result. If you reduce, you have 1 over 18 times 100%. If you divide by 2, you have 50 over 9%. Convert to mixed fraction, you have 5 whole number, 5 over 9%. B is the correct option. Question 8. 4 oranges sell for S naira and 3 mangoes sell for Y naira. Olu bought 24 oranges and 12 mangoes. How much did he pay in terms of S and Y? Now check it out. This is 4 and 3. They are different. So you cannot use 4 and 3 to do the calculation. Rather, the selling price for one orange and the selling price for one mango. 4 oranges sell for S naira. 1 orange sells for S over 4. That is correct. 3 mangoes sell for Y naira. 1 mango sells for Y over 3 naira. What of 24 oranges? It becomes the selling price of 1 orange times 24. That is 6 naira. Then for 12 mangoes, you multiply the cost of 1 by the selling price of 1 by 12 by 12. That is Y over 3 times 12, and that is 4 naira. The amount he paid in terms of S and Y is simply the addition of the two selling prices. That is 6 naira plus 6S plus 4Y, all in naira. B is the correct option. Question 9. Simplify S squared minus Y squared over bracket open S plus Y all squared divide by bracket open S minus Y bracket close all squared over 3S plus 3Y. This is difference of two squares. When factorized, you have this. Power of 2 means you write this term twice. That is what you have here. Power of 2 means you write this term twice. That is what you have here. You factor out 3 from here, and you have 3 bracket open S plus Y. If you reduce this, cancel this, you have this. Nothing can cancel here, but you need to change this sign to multiplication and invert this fraction, and that is what you have here. You cancel S plus Y with this and S minus Y with this, and you are left with 3 over S minus Y. C is the correct option. Question 10. Solve the inequality 2S minus 5 over 2 less than 2 minus S. Let us start by clearing the fraction. To do that, you use 2 to multiply, and you have this result. If you expand the right hand side, you have this result. Collect like terms, you have this result. If you add, you have 4S less than 9. Divide both sides by 4. S is less than 9 over 2. If you express as mixed fraction, S is less than 2 whole number 1 over 4. D is the correct option. Pythagoras simplified maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 11. If S is equal to 64 and Y equal to 27, evaluate S power half minus Y power 1 over 3 over Y minus S to the power of 2 over 3. Solution. This is the given expression and you replace S and Y with 64 and 27 respectively. That is what you have here. This means square root and you have 8. This is cube root. You have 3 over 27 minus. Here, if you factor out these 2 from here, you have 1. That means cube root of 64 is 4 to the power of 2. You have 8 minus 3 over 27 minus 16, and that is 5 over 11. C is the correct option. Question 12. Which of the following lines represent the solution of the inequality 7s less than 9s minus 4? You have to solve the inequality for s. So you have it in this form. Simply collect like terms. You have this result. If you subtract, you have minus 2s less than minus 4. You must note that anytime you divide through an inequality with negative number or multiply through with negative number, there is always a change in the symbol of inequality. For that reason, if you multiply through by minus 2, s is now greater than 2. What we have here is strict symbol of inequality that indicates the use of open circle to indicate or illustrate that inequality. So you have this open circle. Greater than 2 means from 2 to the right. A is the correct option. Question 13. If 1 over 2 times s plus 2y is equal to 3 and 3 over 2 times s minus 2y is equal to 1, find s plus y. You have system of simultaneous linear equation. Let us take the first one and clear the fraction using 2 to multiply through. You have this as equation 1. You take the second one, multiply through by 2 as well to clear the fraction. You have this as equation 2. Now, if you observe very well, you can eliminate variable y easily because it has the same coefficient in both equations, and you have to add because the signs are opposite. So add both equations to eliminate variable y. So if you add s plus 3s, that is 4s, plus 4y minus 4y is 0. 6 plus 2 is 8. So you have 4s equal to 8. Divide through by 4, s is equal to 2. To get y, you need to put s equal to 2 in any of the equations, I'm using equation 1. This is equation 1. You replace s with 2 in this form. Collect like terms. You have 4y equal to 6 minus 2. That is 4y equal to 4. Divide through by 4. Y is equal to 1. Therefore, s plus y is simply 2 plus 1, and that is 3. A is the correct option. Question 14. Given that p to the power of 1 over 3 is equal to cube root of q over arrow, make q the subject. So this is the given relation. This cube root of q means q to the power of 1 over 3. As you are doing that, you also clear fraction by using arrow to multiply through, and you have this result. Now we need q. To get q, meanwhile the power is cube roots, you have to take the cube of both sides. If you take the cube of the left hand side, you have p to the power of 1 over 3 times 3. That is cube now. That gives p, and arrow becomes power of 3. That is arrow cube. You take the cube of this, only q is remaining. So you have q equal to p arrow cube. P arrow cube. C is the correct option. Question 15. In the diagram, P arrow ST is a square. If PQ is 24 cm, Q arrow is equal to 10 cm, and angle PQ arrow is 90 degrees, find the perimeter of the polygon PQ arrow ST. The perimeter is the addition of all the sides except P arrow. So you have PQ plus Q arrow plus arrow S plus ST plus TP. Now P arrow ST is a square, and from triangle PQ arrow you need to get P arrow. Once you get P arrow, all the other sides of the square have the same value. Because this triangle is right angle triangle, you can use Pythagoras rule to get P arrow. P arrow is equally the hypotenuse. So you have the rule stated in this form, and that is 24 squared plus 10 squared, and you have 576 plus 100 equal to 676. To get P arrow, you take the square root of 676, and that is 26 centimeters. Therefore, the perimeter is equal to PQ 24 plus Q arrow 10 plus arrow S. Now arrow S, ST, TP is equal to P arrow 26. So you have plus 26 plus 26 plus 26, and that add up to 112 centimeters. A is the correct option. Question 16. In the diagram, the height of a flagpole FT and the length of its shadow FL are in the ratio 6:8. Using K as a constant of proportionality, find the shortest distance between T and L. The shortest distance is the hypotenuse if we are taking TFL as right angle triangle. So you use Pythagoras rule. So this is the rule. The given ratio simply means that ft, the height of the flagpole, is 6 and the shadow is 8. Because k is a constant, you include k to the sides. That gives this. If you add, you get 100k square. To get TL, take the square root of 100k square, and that is 10k. B is the correct option. Question 17. A chord 2 cm from the center of a circle. A chord is 2 cm from the center of a circle if the radius of the chord is 5 cm. Find the length of the chord. This diagram represents the information. Length of chord is SY. Now ON, that is the distance from the center, is 2 cm. The two radii OS, OY, they are equal, and you have 5 cm. Now, to get the whole length, you need either NS or NY. Once you get any one, multiply it by 2. That gives the length of the chord. So let's consider one of the triangles, and you have OY. That is triangle ONY. The hypotenuse or the radius is OY. You square it, equal to sum of squares on the other two sides. That gives this result. You have 25 minus 4 equal to NY all squared. The square of 2 is 4, so you take it to the left, it becomes minus. Therefore, NY is equal to square root of 21. SY is 2 times NY, that is 2 root 21 centimeters. C. No, the correct option is A. The correct option is A. Question 18. A cube and a cuboid have the same base area. The volume of the cube is 64 cube centimeters, while that of the cuboid is 80 cube centimeters. Find the height of the cuboid. Looking at the formula for the volume of both cube and cuboid, it is easier getting the base area of a cube. So let's start by getting the side of the cube. You get the base area, equate both together to get the height of the cuboid. For a cube, the volume is S cube. If you take the side as S, now the volume is 64 equal to S cube. To get S, take the cube root of both sides. Cube root of 64 is 4 cm. Now, base area of cube is S squared. That is 4 squared, and you have 16 squared centimeters. Volume of cuboid is equal to length times breadth times height. Length times breadth is the same as the base area. So you have base area times height. Now the base area of the cube and the cuboid are equal. So you have 16 for this. So for the cuboid, the volume is 80 equal to base area 16 times height. To get height, divide both sides by 16, and height is equal to 5 cm. C is the correct option. Question 19. In the diagram, VS is a tangent to the circle UYW at W. If WY is parallel UV, angle UYW equal to 95 degrees, angle UWY equal to 46 degrees. Find angle UVW. That is this angle. Now you have it that UV is parallel to WY. That means if you extend the two parallel lines, you have the tangent as transversal, and as such this angle is equal to this angle, corresponding angle. And once you are able to get this angle, it is equal to this angle, angles in alternate segments. So let's start by getting this, that becomes this, and that is this as well. In triangle UWY, if you add the three angles, the sum is 180 degrees. This angle WUY becomes 180 degrees minus the sum of 46 degrees and 95 degrees, which is 141 degrees, and you have 39 degrees. Now angle WUY is equal to angle SWY, that is this place, angles in alternate segment, and the angle you are asked to solve for, angle UVW, is equal to angle SWY, the same 39 degrees, corresponding angles. C is the correct option. Question 20. In the diagrams, SZ is equal to MN, ZY is equal to MO, and SY is equal to NO. Which of the following statements is true? The correct option is D. Let's examine that. By the given dimension, if you are considering S here, remember SY correspond to NO. So if I'm taking S here, you are taking N. If you are taking Y, you are taking O. Then Z, you are taking M. So you take two distinct points, one here, one here. With that, D is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. Question 21. In the diagram, PQRS is a rhombus and angle PSQ is equal to 35 degrees. Calculate the size of angle PRQ. Solution. The given diagram is simplified or adjusted to this form. So we have letter S at the point of intersection of the two diagonals. You must note that the diagonals of a rhombus intersect each other at right angle. That is 90 degrees. You should see that PQ is parallel to S arrow. For that, this angle here is 35 degrees. That is angle SQ arrow equal to angle PSQ equal to 35 degrees. That is alternate angles. So we now consider triangle QSR. If you add the three angles in that triangle, the sum is 180 degrees. You make angle PRQ the subject. You have to transfer these two angles to the right hand side, and you have it in this form. By the time you subtract, angle PRQ is 55 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 22. Find the value of M in the diagram. You must note that this line is not a straight line. You can see it coming straight, but it bends at a point. For that, we can bisect this angle and label it two sub-angles A and B, so that if you know A and you know B in terms of M, the sum is equal to 153 degrees. A is equal to 2M, B is equal to 7M, corresponding angles. Now A plus B is equal to 153 degrees. That is given. A is 2M plus B 7M equal to 153 degrees. If you add, you have 9M equal to the right hand side. Divide through by 9. M is equal to 17 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 23. In the diagram, O is the center of the circle. OM is parallel SZ, and angle ZOM is equal to 25 degrees. Calculate angle SYZ. Solution. The diagram is adjusted to this form. Now we try to close O to S. Now because MO and SZ are parallel, means this angle is 25 degrees, alternate angles. Now OZ and OS are radar. That means triangle ZOS is isosceles triangle. The base angles are equal. Here also becomes 25 degrees. If you add the three angles in the triangle, you cannot get this angle. From there, you can get angle SYZ. That is this angle. Solution continues. I've already explained this and explained this. So if you add the three angles in triangle SOZ in this form, you want to get the angle at center SOZ. The sum is 180 degrees. Angle SOZ is equal to 180 degrees minus 50 degrees. The sum of these two angles, and that is 130 degrees. Now angle SOZ is equal to 2 times angle SYZ. Angle at center is twice angle at circumference. SOZ is 130 degrees equal to 2 times angle SYZ. Divide through by 2, angle SYZ is equal to 65 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 24. If sin S is equal to 5/13 and 0 degrees, less than equal to S, less than equal to 90 degrees, this shows that all the ratios are in the first quadrant. Find the value of cos S minus tan s. In order to get cos s and tan s, the adjacent is needed, but sine is opposite over hypotenuse. With the information about sine, you need to get the adjacent side. So from sine s equal to 5/13, you draw a right angle triangle so that you can get the adjacent labeled A. The acute angle is S. The side facing S is 5, the opposite. Longest side is 13. By Pythagoras rule, the adjacent is 12. That is 13 squared equal to 5 squared plus A squared. 13 squared is 169 minus 5 squared, which is 25, equal to A squared. If you collect like terms, A squared is equal to 144, and A is the square root of 144, and that is 12. Now this is how you obtain cosine. It becomes 12/13. This is how you obtain tangent. It becomes 5/12. You are asked to look for cos s minus tan s. That is 12/13 minus 5/12. If you find the LCM and simplify, you have this, and 79/156. C is the correct option. Question 25. An object is 6 meters away from the base of a mast. The angle of depression of the object from the top of the mast is 50 degrees. Find, correct to 2 decimal places, the height of the mast. So this is the mast. The object is somewhere here. Its distance from the base is 6 cm. Now the angle of depression is from the top of the mast. This is the eye level. If you are looking down, the angle formed is angle of depression. To get the height, you need the angle of elevation. An angle of elevation is always equal to angle of depression, alternate angle. So for that, to get height, you consider opposite and adjacent. That must be tan. So you have tan 50 degrees equal to opposite h over adjacent 6. You make h the subject, you have this result. That is 6 times 1.1918. Height is equal to 7.1508, approximately equal to 7.15. That is 2 decimal places. C is the correct option. Question 26. The bearing of y from S is 060 degrees, and the bearing of Z from Y is 060 degrees. Find the bearing of S from Y. So here you are going to make some turn, and it happens that the bearing of S from Z is 360 degrees minus the sum of the 2 other bearings, and that is 240 degrees. B is the correct option. Question 27. Which of the following is not a probability of Mary scoring 85% in a mathematics test? Not That means it's not possible. In probability, the highest possibility is 1. So anything and the is 1, anything above that is not acceptable, so you have 1.01. You can as well show that by solving it. Probability of not scoring 85 and scoring 85 is equal to 1. So let's get for scoring 85, that is 1 minus not scoring 85. So you have 1 minus 85 over 100, that is 1 minus 0.85, and you have 0.15. This one is scoring 85. So the probability of an event happening cannot be greater than 1. So not scoring 85 is 1.05. 1.01. This means that the event will never happen. D is the correct option. Use this histogram to answer questions 28 and 29. Question 28. Estimate the mode of the distribution. The mode is obtained by joining the adjacent sides of the tallest bar to the corresponding two sides, and the point of intersection, you trace it down to this point, to that point. The mode is between 52.5 and 54.5. So we take 53.5. So C is the correct option. Now, median. Okay, question 29. What is the median class? Median divides the distribution into two equal parts. So let's try and get the median class by considering 15, the highest bar. You divide it by 2. You have 7.5 somewhere here, very close to 8. And the bar for 8 start from 60.5, because we need 7.5 as the median class. You have to move from 60.5 backward. So we can say that the median class is between 50.5 to 60.5. Option B is the correct answer. Option B. Question 30. If 2 log 3 whole number 3/6 3/8 base s is equal to 6, find the value of s. Solution. This is the given problem. You can divide through by 2 to remove 2 from here. If you do that, you have this result. Now let us apply the relationship between logarithm and indices. In that relationship, you simply convert this problem from log form to index form. In that relationship, the base to the log is the base in the index form. The number itself, or the right hand side, is the power to the base in index form, and the power in the log form is the right hand side in the index form. So you can express, to remove power 3 from here, you try to obtain power 3 from this side, so you express it in this form. If you factor out power 3, you have this result. If you equate the powers, you have s equal to 3 over 2, or you simply take cube root of both sides to get s. A is the correct option. Pythagoras Simplified Maths. If you are viewing and watching from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are watching and viewing from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 31. If P is equal to this set and Q equal to this set, find P intersection Q. Solution. This is set P. In order to list the elements in that set, Y is needed. From this simple linear inequality, divide through by 2 and you have Y such that Y is greater than or equal to 3. What this set means is that you list the element of Y starting from 3 to infinity. Now, looking at the options, the highest element there is 7. So don't waste your time listing other elements. So let's start from 3 to about 8. So these are some of the elements in set P. Now set Q. To get Y, you need to solve this linear inequality by transferring minus 3 to the right hand side, and you have it in this form. When you add, you have Y such that Y is less than or equal to 7. What this set means is that the highest element of set Q is 7. So you have 7, 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 2, and so on. So the next thing is to check the common elements or element to set P and Q. Intersection is the common element. If you check very well, you see that 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are common elements to set P and Q. That becomes the intersection. C is the correct option. Question 32. Find the values of k in the equation. 6k squared equal to 5k plus 6. The equation is quadratic. Let us solve it by the method of factorization. In that method, one of the sides is always 0. So let's transfer 5k plus 6k to the left hand side, and you have it in this form, equal to 0. If you compare this equation with the general quadratic equation, you will understand that a is equal to 6, coefficient of k squared. B is equal to minus 5, coefficient of k. And C is equal to minus 6, the constant term. Whenever A is not equal to 1, you always get AC. AC becomes minus 36. By this, your attention has shifted from this term to this term. To factorize, you get 2 factors of 36 whose sum is minus 5 and the product is minus 36. Such factors are minus 9 plus 4. Minus 9 plus 4. What you do is that you express the factors in terms of k. the variable in the equation and you replace the middle term with the factors in this form. The purpose is to have 4 terms, then you factorize by grouping. So the first 2 terms, the first bracket, the last 2 terms, the second bracket, you equate it to 0. From the first bracket, 3k is common. If you factor out 3k, you are left with 2k minus 3. From the second group, 2 is common. If you factor out 2, you have 2k minus 3 equal to 0. Clearly, 2k minus 3 is common. If you factor it out again, these 3k and plus 2 that are outside combine to form the other bracket and you equate to 0. Next, you equate each factor to 0. If you transfer the respective constant terms, 2k is equal to 3 or 3k is equal to minus 2. You divide through this linear equation by 2 and this by 3 and you have this result. Starting with the smallest number, k is equal to minus 3 minus 2 over 3 or 3 over 2. B is the correct option. Question 33. If y varies directly as the square root of s plus 1 and y is equal to 6 when s is equal to 3, find s when y is equal to 9. Solution. If you interpret the first line of the question under direct variation, you have this result. In variation, we always do away with the symbol of variation and you introduce equality sign and the constant of variation to multiply the term in the right hand side. You have it in this form. When s is equal to 6, when y is equal to 6 and s is equal to 3, this is to enable you find k. So you come here, you replace y with 6 and s with 3 and you have this result. If you add the terms under the square root, you have this result. Square root of 4 is 2. So you have 2 times k is 2k. You have 6 equal to 2k. Divide through by 2. K is equal to 3. Before you proceed, you need to find the equation that is connecting s and y. You simply come here and you replace k with 3. That is the equation. When y is equal to 9, s is unknown. You recall the equation or formula that is connecting s and y, and the formula is this. So in that formula, you replace y with 9. You have it in this form. If you divide through by 3, you have 3 equal to root s plus 1. To remove the root, you square both sides and you have 9 equal to s plus 1. If you transfer plus 1, you have 9 minus 1 equal to s. Therefore, s is equal to 8. A is the correct option. Question 34. The graph of the relation y equal to s squared plus 2s plus k passes through the point 2, 0. Find the value of k. This is the given relation. This point simply means that s is equal to 2, y is equal to 0. In the given relation, you replace y with 0 and s with 2 in this form. If you simplify, 2 square is 4. 2 times 2, 4. 4 plus 4, 8. So you have 0 equal to 8 plus k. If you transfer plus 8, you have 0 minus 8 equal to k. Therefore, k is equal to minus 8. D is the correct option. The pie chart shows the distribution of 600 mathematics textbooks for arts, business, science, and technical classes. Use it to answer questions 35 and 36. Let's look at the first part there, 35. How many textbooks are for technical class? Now, the number of textbooks for technical class is simply the sectorial angle for technical class over total angles in the circle times total number of books. That is what you have here. But from the question, the sectorial angle for technical class is unknown. To get it, you add the remaining 3 angles together, you subtract it from 360 total angles in the circle. That is what you have here, and you have 150 degrees. So number of books in technical class is 150 degrees over 360 degrees times 600, and that reduces to this, and you have 250 books. D is the correct option. Question 36. What percentage of the total number of books belong to science? Solution. You can do that in 2 ways. The first approach is to get the number of books in science class, divide it by total books, and multiply by 100%. If you do that, that is what you have here. If you multiply it by 100% and divide by the total books you have in the school, it becomes this. And when you simplify further, you have this, and 12 whole number 1/2%. Or simply done, the sectorial angle for science class is 45 degrees. Divide by the total angles in the circle times 100%. In fact, what you have here is the same thing you have here. So simply multiply it by 100%, and that gives this, and you also have 12 whole number 1/2%. A is the correct option. Question 37. In the diagram, PQRST is a regular polygon with sides QR and TS produced to meet at V. Find the size of angle ROVS. That is this angle. To get that angle, we need to find each angle of the regular polygon. So once you get this angle, it will enable you to get this angle. Once you get this angle, it will enable you to get this angle. And once these 2 angles are known, you can get angle ROVS. The diagram is a polygon with 5 sides. So let's get the sum of interior angles of a regular polygon. The formula is this. You replace n with 5. If you subtract and multiply, you have 540 degrees. Let's get each angle. You divide 540 degrees by 5, and that is 108 degrees. Next, get angle S arrow V and arrow SV. So now we want to get this angle and this angle. Remember, these two angles are exterior to the polygon, while this is interior, this is also interior, and each of the angle in the polygon is 108 degrees. So you have angle S arrow V plus 108 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of interior and exterior angles. Then if you make S arrow V the subject, you have it in this form, and when you subtract, you have 72 degrees. So angle S arrow V is known. The next angle S arrow V is known. The next angle arrow SV is the same 72 degrees because both follow similar procedure. Now let's consider triangle arrow VS. In that triangle, if you add all the three angles, the sum is 180 degrees, so that angle arrow VS is equal to 180 degrees minus 144 degrees, the sum of these two angles, and that is 36 degrees. A is the correct option. Question 38. What is the locus of the point S which moves relative to two fixed points P and M on a plane such that angle PSM is 30 degrees? So let's take this as the plane. There are 2 points on it, P and M. Looking at angle PSM, that means S is somewhere here. You have to construct angle 60 degrees. To do that, let's say this is the point that you mark out. From this point, you use your pair of compass, you take reasonable radius and you draw an arc somewhere here. Now from this point, you draw another arc. From this point, you draw another arc. This is angle 60 degrees. If this angle is bisected, you have it to be 30 degrees. So we join this point together. So if this place is also 30, it means that this side and this side are equal. So from here, PM is a chord. If PM is a chord, that means an arc can be formed in the lower part. So an arc of a circle with PM as a chord. B is the correct option. Question 39. In the diagram, PQ is a straight line. Calculate the value of the angle labeled 2y degrees. That is this angle. For us to get that angle, we need S. And to get S, you need to consider these three angles. Their sum is 180 degrees. Sum of angles on a straight line. So you have S plus 140 degrees equal to 180 degrees. If you make S a subject, you transfer 140 to the right hand side. You have it in this form, and that is 40 degrees. Angle 2y degree and 2s degree, they are also on the straight line, and their sum is 180 degrees. Now you know s as 40, so you have 2y plus 2 times 40 equal to 180 degrees. Here is 80. If you transfer it, you have 2y equal to 180 degrees minus 80 degrees, that is 100 degrees. Remember, you are asked to find 2y, and 2y is 100 degrees. D is the correct option. Question 40. When a number is subtracted from 2, the result is equals 4 less than 1/5 of the number. Find the number. Let the number be s. Let the number be s. From the first statement, the number is subtracted from s. That is 2 minus s in this form, and that result is equal to 4 less than, that is 4, you subtract 4 from 1/5 of the number, that is 1/5 of s minus 4. Multiply through by 5 to clear fraction, you have this result. If you collect like terms, you have this result. If you add, you have 30 equal to 6s, divide through by 6, s is equal to 5. The correct option is C. Peter calls simplified maths. If you are watching and viewing from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe for more updates, like and share PSM videos. If you are viewing and watching from Facebook, follow and like the page for more updates. Also share PSM videos. Question 41. Express 2 over s plus 3 minus 1 over s minus 2 as a single fraction. This is the problem. You simply find the LCM. The LCM is the product of the two denominators in this form. You divide the LCM by the first denominator. You are left with this. The answer times numerator 2. You have this result. Minus, you divide the same LCM by the second denominator. You are left with this times numerator 1. You have this result. Looking at the options, we need to expand the numerator and denominator. If you expand, you get this result. If you add like terms in the numerator, you have this. A is the correct option. Question 42. An interior angle of a regular polygon is 5 times each exterior angle. How many sides has the polygon? An interior angle also means each interior angle. So you have each interior angle is equal to 5 times each exterior angle. For each interior angle, you divide the sum of interior angles by n, and for each exterior angle, you divide the sum of exterior angles by n. That is what you have here. All right. Now you can divide 180 and 360 by 180. 2 is remaining here. So you have n minus 2 over n equal to 5 times 2 that is left here over n in this form. If you cross multiply, you have this. You can divide n by n. You are left with n minus 2 equal to 12. Collect like terms. N is equal to 10 plus 2, and that is 12. B is the correct option. Question 43. in the diagram, ST is parallel PQ. Reflex angle SRQ is 198 degrees and angle RQP equal to 72 degrees. Find the value of y. Now, assuming SQ is a straight line, y is equal to 72 degrees, but SQ is not a straight line, so we need to adjust the diagram by marking another parallel line to both lines at point arrow. Okay, so after doing that, we mark this angle as A and this angle as B. Once you get angle B, it is equal to y degrees. So let's try and get A, let's try and get B so that you can get y. So let's start by getting arrow. Arrow is obtuse angle, 198 is reflex angle, and the sum of the two angles is 360 degrees, angles at a point. That is what you have here. So if you transfer this angle, you have arrow equal to this, and that is 162 degrees. Now A plus 72 degrees is equal to 180 degrees. Sum of interior opposite angle. If you transfer this angle, A is equal to 180 degrees minus 72 degrees, and that is 108. Now A plus B is equal to arrow. No, angle arrow is divided into A and B. So if you add A and B, the sum is equal to arrow. That is given. That means B is equal to arrow minus A. That is 162 degrees minus 108 degrees, and that is 54 degrees. Y is equal to B, and that is 54 degrees alternate angles. So we check the option that has 54 degrees. So after the check, we have it that B is the correct option. So let's go back to the question. So you can see there, B is equal to 54 degrees. Alternatively, you can solve the same problem using this approach. You can decide to close this end. If you close them, this angle is 90 degrees, this angle is also 90 degrees. Now if here is 72 degrees, this place must be 18 degrees. So we can consider quadrilateral arrow SQT. The sum of angles is 360 degrees. So if you add all the angles, the sum is 360 degrees. So y plus 306 degrees equal to 360 degrees. If you collect like terms, y is equal to 360 degrees minus 306 degrees, and that is 54 degrees. So anyhow you understand the question, if you follow it correctly, you will have the same result. Question 44. Using the Venn diagram, find the number of elements in S intersection Y prime. So let's get set S. Set S has the entry A, B, C. Set Y has the entry C, F, G. That is clear enough. Now let us get the union. The union or the universal set is the combination of all the elements. Combination of all the elements. That is the element in U, the element in S and Y. That is A, B, C, F, G. Now, let's get Y prime. Y prime are the elements in the universal set, but not in set Y. This is set Y. The element in this place, not in set Y, they are A, B. So Y prime is A, B. Then you get the intersection of Y, S and Y prime. So you look at S, you look at Y prime. The element they have in common, A and B, and they are 2. So A is the correct option. Question 45. Given that P is equal to S squared plus 4S minus 2, Q is equal to 2S minus 1, and Q minus P is equal to 2. Find S. So let's start from this equation. This is Q minus P equal to 2. You need to open this bracket with the minus 1. So you have these results. You have these results. Now, if we add like terms, we have 2S minus 4S. That is minus 2S. That is minus 2S minus 1 plus 2. You have plus 1 followed by minus S squared equal to 0. Let us transfer all the terms to the right hand side. So if you transfer minus S squared, it becomes plus S squared. You transfer minus 2S, becomes plus 2S. Already 2 is already here, so you have plus 2. If you transfer plus 1, it becomes minus 1 equal to 0. If you add the two constant terms, you have this result equal to 0. To factorize, look for two factors of 1, that the sum is 2 and the product is 1. That is 1 and 1. You express 1 and 1 in terms of S and replace the middle term 2S with them in this form, 1S, 1S. The terms are 4, you group them in 2's and you factorize and you get this. If you equate each factor to 0, you have it in this form. S is equal to minus 1 or S is equal to minus 1. That means S is equal to minus 1 twice. B is the correct option. Question 46. A pyramid has a rectangular base with dimensions 12 meters by 8 meters. If its height is 14 meters, calculate the volume. Volume of pyramid is equal to 1/3 times base area times height. That is 1/3. The base area is rectangular and area of a rectangle is length times breadth in this form, then times height. Divide 12 by 3 is 4. 4 times 8, 32. 32 times 14, you have 448 cube meters as the volume of the pyramid. B is the correct option. Question 47. The slant height of a cone is 5 cm and the radius of its base is 3 cm. Find, correct to the nearest whole number, the volume of the cone. The volume is obtained with this. The height is needed and is not given. And there is a relationship among the slant height L, the height H, and the radius arrow expressed in this form. Slant height is 5. You square it, equal to H squared plus 3 squared. That is 25 minus 9. If you transfer the square of this to this side, becomes minus 9. So H squared is equal to 16. To get H, take the root of both sides. H is equal to root of 16, and that is 4. Back to the volume, 1 over 3 times pi, 22 over 7 times arrow square, that is 3 square, times height, that is 4. That simplifies to this. If you multiply, you have this. When you divide, you get this. To the nearest whole number, we are interested in 37. The next number is more than 5. You round it up to 1 and add it to 37, and you have 38 cube centimeters. C is the correct option. Question 48. The distance between two towns is 50 kilometers. It is represented on a map by 5 cm. Find the scale used. 1 kilometer represents 100,000 centimeters. So let's convert this to centimeters and compare it with the map and get the scale. If 1 kilometer is 100,000 centimeters, 50 kilometers becomes 50 times 100,000, and that is 5 million centimeters. The scale is simply 5:5 million. The units must be the same, and they are the same. cm, cm. Divide through by 5, you have 1:1 million. A is the correct option. Question 49. Given that this plus this is equal to this, find m. This is the whole expression or equation. Critical look reveals that s plus 2 is common. That means you can divide through by s plus 2. If you do that, you have this result. So let's expand this bracket with 2 and also open this one, and you have m equal to s squared minus 3s plus 2. That is for this. Now 2 times s, that is 2s minus 2. If you add like terms, you have s squared minus s. Let's take it out. Plus 2 minus 2 is 0. If you factor out s from here, you have s bracket open, s minus 1. D is the correct option. That is from here. Assuming this is not there, this should be there. Question 50. An open cone with base radius 28 cm and perpendicular height 96 cm was stretched to form a sector of a circle. To form a sector of a circle, calculate the area of the sector. Solution. Since the cone is stretched to form the sector of the circle, we can say that both have equal areas. The given information can only enable you to find the surface area of the cone, the curved surface area precisely, and that is pi arrow L. You know arrow from the question, you know the height, but you don't know the slant height L. So you use the relationship among L, H, and arrow in this form. So L square, the slant height, is equal to H 96 squared plus radius, that is 28 squared. So L squared is equal to 9216 plus 784, that gives 10,000. To get L, take the square root of both sides. That is, L is equal to square root of 10,000, and that is 100 centimeters. So therefore, the curved surface area of the cone is 22 over 7 times radius 28 times slant height 10, that gives 8,800 square centimeters. Area of cone equal to area of sector. So therefore, area of sector is equal to 8,800 square centimeters. A is the correct option. Peter calls simplified maths. If you are watching and view from YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share PSM videos. If you are watching and view from Facebook, follow and like the page. Also share PSM videos. To end this paper, you need to see this. There is every need for you to be saved. If you are not to be saved, you just have to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself, stay out of trouble, study your books, do the needful at all times, flee every appearance of evil, don't defraud others to make money, use your hands and your brain to work genuinely and legally, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.